Hello and welcome to City versus City. There are so many amazing neighborhoods and cities and suburbs in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If you were thinking about moving to Dallas, it'd be really tough to figure out which one's the best. And that's just suburbs. That's not even diving into the neighborhoods, right? So each week we come to you, and today we're talking about Frisco versus Arlington. So if you're thinking about making a move to North Texas, stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to City versus City, where friends, folks, and people like you come to get more information about North Texas real estate. Today, I am joined with my lovely bride, Tisha, and we are talking about Frisco versus Arlington.
Man, these are some big cities, Brian. We're going after it today, right?
We are going after it today. Yeah, we are. I am trying to get our names at the bottom of this so you know who we are, and that is not popping up. So I don't know what's going on. Whatever. So on the left,
Technology.
so I'm Brian,
We're
and
realtors,
she's
not
Tisha.
technology experts.
Yep, I'm Brian, and she's Tisha. So that's what we got going on today. Yeah, today we are talking about Frisco and Arlington, which are just two huge suburbs in the DFW area. They are, we're going to dive in a little bit and really talk about what are the best suburbs in Dallas Fort Worth. So we do that each and every week. Tisha, you want to tell them how we decide between the best suburbs?
Well, I mean, a couple of great and easy things that we use each week to help you decide what suburb is the best suburb for you in Dallas, Texas, as we look at the location. Super important when you're thinking about how big Dallas is.
Where it is matters. That's a big deal.
Where it is matters. We love stuff to do. I mean, you need to know based on your hobbies, the things you enjoy doing, what is there to do in these different areas of Dallas. We also look at schools, of course, whether or not you have a school age child. We always look at schools because that's a huge driver on just your home's values. So we do look at schools. And then lastly, we look at just different neighborhoods and areas that you can actually live within these various cities.
We do like to talk about places you can actually live. That seems like it seems like a good idea. So hopefully you guys are excited about that. We're excited about these two areas we're talking about. If you haven't already though, be sure to subscribe. Hit that button down there and subscribe, because we do this every week, and we cover different areas each and every week, so you can get an idea of what's going on all across Dallas Fort Worth. Great places to live, and in areas that may be a fit for you. So why don't we get started and talk a little bit about Arlington? So what Arlington's known for, it's a big town. It is a big town. This info is a little bit dated. There are more than 400,000 people in Arlington. Whoa,
That's a lot.
it is a lot of people. It's relatively affordable. It's actually incredibly affordable in terms of comparison overall to Dallas Fort Worth. The DFW median is around $270,000. That number keeps going up. But the Arlington median home price is down just over 200. So lots of affordable housing options in the Arlington area. The other thing I think is interesting there is that median age of 33. So if you're an old fogey like not like us, but an old fogey like me, then that 33 is relatively young compared to some of us. So.
Oh, Brian, don't roll yourself under the bus like that.
So let's talk a little bit about so where is Arlington? Where is Arlington? Arlington is kind of right in the middle of between Dallas and Fort Worth. It's right there on, it really splits between I-20 and I-30, which are kind of two east-west highways between the Dallas and Fort Worth area. So that's one of the greatest things about Arlington, and one of the reasons that it's been booming for so long. And that's the fact that it is just situated squarely between Dallas and Fort Worth. So whether you're working in either of the downtown areas, I mean, Arlington has grown to be such a big town. It has plenty of employment right there in the area. So, um, just it's just conveniently located towards work for fun. Lots of different spots in that location.
Yeah. I love looking at this overall map because it just shows you what a big area the DFW Metroplex is. So let's talk a little bit about the Frisco area.
Well, you know what? I thought before we moved on, I forgot to tell you the kind of the things that Arlington is most known for.
Oh, tell us.
There's a lot of cool things about Arlington, but the thing really that they're most known for is people in Arlington. If you live in Arlington, you're gonna be mad about this, but it's the home of the Cowboys Stadium. It's the home of AT&T Cowboys Stadium, also known as Jerry World, sometimes called the Taj Mahal, but it is the nicest stadium pretty much anywhere in the world. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an awesome place to see a football game for sure. And it's even fun. They even have high school football games there. So lots of different ways to enjoy the Taj Mahal of stadiums, as Brian said. So yes, Arlington is lucky to have that in their city.
So it's known. I mean, it's a great stadium. It's known for probably longer known for the Texas Rangers. Right, the Rangers were there first. It's Six Flags has been there for a long time. So Arlington's really done a great job of becoming kind of the central point for tourism in Dallas. They got a lot of different things. So if you're ever really just thinking about making a visit to Dallas, there's a ton to do in terms of amusement parks and activities, sports teams to see. The other kind of highlight is that AT&T Stadium, it being right next to the new Rangers Stadium. There's an area right there in the middle that's just been totally revamped. It's kind of an outdoor, cool restaurant, outdoor mall sort of vibe. So it's a great place to go and just newly opened. So
yeah,
a lot of cool stuff to do there in Arlington.
Yeah, we could spend days and days going over all of the awesome things to do in Arlington. And many of the suburbs we talk about are the little cities within these, within DFW. You kind of have to leave your area to go enjoy some of these stuff, but that's the places you'd be going to Arlington. You never have to leave Arlington to find everything you need if you wanted to. So if you're looking for a place that has everything close by, Arlington may be an awesome place for you.
But there are other areas. There are some other cool areas in the Metroplex. So why don't we jump over to Frisco? And again, Frisco is just an amazing town. It's growing crazy fast. It's got more than 200,000 residents now. So big numbers, big city.
Yeah, and look, there's some major differences here when we're looking at these numbers from Frisco, Texas versus the Arlington numbers, right?
Couple of major differences. So number one, the median income is double. It's actually more than double, up from 53 to 112. So big difference there. The other big difference is the median home price is more than double as well. So up over $400,000. So Frisco is not known for being one of the more affordable areas. It's an area where lots of business, lots of big time company headquarters have been going to, and when businesses move in, when the execs come and replant, then that drives up home prices, and you see a higher cost of living in Frisco than you would relatively than you would in Arlington, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. What else is Frisco known for?
Well, why don't you show it to us on the map? You want to show it to us on the map, and then talk a little bit about what we have going on at Frisco?
Yeah. So Frisco is where Arlington was down near the bottom. Frisco is up in the north Dallas area. So Dallas is down here. Frisco is due north. It's about, depending on the time of day, anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, really closer to that 45 minutes number, just straight up the North Dallas Tollway. Super convenient. Like I said, at this intersection of Highway 121 and the Tollway, there's actually a ton of of businesses moving up there. There's shopping and a lot of things that are at that intersection. So
Mhm.
super conveniently located for a lot of employment. Where it's not
Yeah.
conveniently located to is Fort Worth. So
Yeah.
it's a solid. I mean, like 45 minutes glowing in the dark, nuclear racetrack speed, or but often with traffic and everything else could be an hour plus. So um, not a lot of people commute from Frisco to Fort Worth on a consistent basis, but now people aren't commuting nearly as much anymore at all. So that may not be as important as it has been in the past.
Mhm. Yeah, so, considering that Frisco's up there in the price point, that it's got that higher price point, it has some, like there's stuff to do is also some things that tend to go with a higher price point as well. And a lot of it is they have a lot of golf there, a lot of golfing options there, like really
Yes.
cool, like they have the PGA headquarters
Well,
is out there.
so it's moving. It's not quite there yet,
Yeah,
but
it's moving out there.
it's moving there, and along with that is the PGA is putting in two golf courses to go along with that headquarters. So I'm kind of pumped about that. Kind of pumped about that.
Yeah, we're not too far from Frisco, so
Yeah,
you can take advantage of that.
yeah.
There's also uh, again, since it's a high-end area, there's a really amazing high-end shopping strip that's Legacy and Legacy West, where you could find some of the finest restaurants, shopping. I know there's a Louis Vuitton going in, coming soon. Brian White, coming
I did.
soon.
I remember. I remember running across that. So
Yeah, I think I took a picture of that just to
something to
make
look
sure I
forward to.
sent that to you.
Yeah, something to look forward to. But
um,
there's a Tesla
yeah,
store. There's I mean, just anything that you want to see is there available in Legacy
yeah.
and Legacy West. So Legacy was kind of the first spot, and then it's kind of expanded to Legacy West, which is just really doubled down on the awesome.
Yeah, they also love the Dallas Cowboys there
Oh yeah,
in Frisco because they have the Dallas Star out there, right?
yeah, they do. They do have the Dallas Star, which again, another just fantastic facility. I mean, it's a practice facility. Goodness gracious. Concert. I mean,
It's
they're doing all of the same sorts of things. Jerry Jones may be a good businessman. I'm not sure, but he may have figured out how to make some money. The
yeah. Look up
across
the
the street,
Dallas Star. It's super cool.
it is super cool. The
Hmm.
there's Frisco. Frisco's actually done a great job of capturing minor league sports. They got a minor league hockey team. They got the Mavericks kind of farm team is there. The Frisco Rough Riders baseball team. The
Yeah.
FC Dallas soccer. So if you're into professional soccer, then they've got an MLS stadium there. So Frisco's no slouch in terms of stuff to do, and being able to do it all right there really is
Yeah.
great.
It's pretty cool. I mean, these cities, I really do think go head to head in terms of awesome things to do. No time to list them all out. We wouldn't even know how to list them all out. We just given you some of our faves and some of the things that are the most popular in the various areas. So,
You
but if
know,
you're living over there in Frisco, you're going to drive to Arlington to go to Six Flags.
no doubt, no doubt.
And that you're going to do.
If there is I guess if there is a downside or a gotcha to living in Frisco, it's the way things have boomed and the way so many things have moved there and built up there, and it's in high demand, and traffic's a
Hmm.
thing.
Hmm.
So driving just on the key roads where there's red lights. I mean, you could sit in red lights for quite a while. So you can end up in bumper to bumper on even on some of the weekends when you're going to the different shopping areas. So
Hmm.
when you get
And your
when you get the
main
amazing stuff,
thoroughfare, yeah, your kind of main thoroughfare from there is the toll road, and so that can get expensive,
yep.
running on that toll road every day. So, yeah, definitely something to consider there.
Why don't we talk a little bit about the schools, starting with
Yeah.
Arlington, because I know
Yeah,
that's
like we were saying, Yeah, we always look at the schools. I mean, it's super important to just look at the schools. Like I said, whether or not you have school-age children,
Yeah.
schools help hold the values of various areas. So we do not we're not experts in school districts all over the place. That is, we leave that to websites like niche.com, which is, or niche.com. And so this, there you go. That's where we're getting the information that Brian is showing you today. And so the Arlington Independent School District overall, it gets a B. And so that's pretty moderate compared to a lot of places that we show you are have A's. So that is the Arlington Independent School District. So make sure to look into that. It's what, and anything else I'm missing there to show about the Arlington School District?
I think that's good. So just in the interest of time, I mean, we don't have time to dig into all of the individual schools. We'll talk about the districts. So, you know, when you're looking at an area, trying to decide where you want to move, you can look into the individual schools. That's why we show you it's niche.com or greatschools.org are great places to do the research. So if that's important to you, just make sure you do. The second area that you know, depending on where in Arlington you're talking about, there are a couple of districts. You know, with 400,000 people, you got to imagine there's more districts. So HEB, Independent School District, is the other one.
Yeah, and that one's coming in strong with an A with as their overall grade for that school district. So yeah, easy to get into that area if you're looking for schools that have A's. And here in Texas, where you live is important because we, you know, you'll feed into the district based on where you live. We typically don't have open enrollments. We see it sometimes, but mainly you want to make sure if schools are important to you, then you live in these areas that make sure go into the school district you want. So
that is super important because we work with a lot of people that are moving in from all over the country. You know, particularly the coast, but we got people from Chicago and Denver and DC, just a lot of areas. And school districts are mapped differently in different areas, right? So some people can go to schools wherever they want to, and Texas is not like that. So different cities and even parts of particular neighborhoods are mapped to particular schools. So again, if that's important to you, then just make sure that you double check.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to move over to Frisco? Just kind of take a quick look at them. Oh, so Frisco has the Frisco Independent School District. And look at the score. I mean, you really can't do much better than this. This is the A+ score. You know, we talked a little bit about the price points up there in Frisco, and a lot of times when you you know, you're moving up to those price points, and you're getting, you know, A+ schools for that price point as well. So that's pretty awesome rating. You can't do too much better than that. So that's cool.
That is great. So we've talked about a lot of stuff. All right. So we've talked about kind of what the cities are known for, their size. We've talked about the things to do. Even gotten into the school district. So now you're probably, I mean, if you're thinking about it, right? If you're at all interested in these areas, you may be wondering, okay, but where do we go? Where do we live? And man, there are so many different. We're going to start with Arlington. There are so many different neighborhoods to call out, but we can't go over all of them. So we thought
like we can't even go over, like we're just going to go over like one.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we're gonna tackle one of the one of the biggest and really, you know, honestly, one of our favorites, and that's Viridian.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, Brian and I absolutely love master plan communities. We live in an amazing master plan community. And it's like living in a little, it's like you live in a resort, and they offer so many things. And so Viridian,
I mean, they've got sailboats. They've got sailboats right there, and their main base. So I mean, people are sailing. You know, you're sailing in the neighborhood. They're kayaking. I mean, there's
kayaking. I mean, they just become, just so creative around these neighborhoods. And Viridian, what I really like is there's still new builds. I love new builds. I love We love putting clients into new homes. And so there's still just lots of builders to choose from out there. So many amenities, we can't even mention them. Some of our very favorite builders are building in that area, like Highland Homes and other amazing builders. So, you know what's really cool about Viridian, though, Brian?
What's that?
Is they've actually kind of made a 55 plus
Oh, love
community
that. Yeah.
within the neighborhood of Viridian. It's got its own name. It's called Edgewood. And yeah, it has a list of all of its own amenities within the 55 plus community.
Very cool.
Plus, it gets to take advantage of all the amenities within Viridian. And so, what an amazing place to retire to. So, if you're one of the many, many people that are looking to just downsize their house, but upsize their life, then Viridian might be an amazing place for you guys to look.
That's awesome. And then I just noticed too, as I call out, we were talking about schools a minute ago. It maps to the HEB ISD. So again, if that's important to you, then just connect those dots and and do your research on the individual schools themselves. But good to know.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, yeah, awesome home builders that we could connect you with out there. So,
and you know what? So I'm gonna switch gears here a little bit and just say, if you're interested in learning more about neighborhoods and just looking for, hey, what do I get for my money in Arlington, then we actually have a website to make that super easy for you. We'll include a link in the comments below. It's just Amazing Homes in DFW. DFW is like Dallas Fort Worth. AmazingHomesInDFW.com. It'll actually take you to a site that looks like this. And what I'm showing here is these are all of the homes that are currently on the market in Arlington or in the Arlington area. You can scroll through, you could search for, hey, you know what, my budget is whatever it is. And you can click into an individual home. So I just clicked one. Hopefully it goes fast because we're on live video. There you go.
mm-hmm.
So here's a home that's actually listed on the market, and you can click through the photos. And particularly if you're out of town, just a great way to check out some homes. Do it at, there's no obligation or anything like that. But come check out the site and see a few homes. Have some fun with it.
Yeah. I love that.
So
and then,
so next we want to talk a little bit about Frisco.
Yeah, a little bit about Frisco. What neighborhoods are we highlighting over there?
Well, so we are starting with Edgewood, and one of the reasons that I called out Edgewood is, number one, they're
not to be confused with the Edgewood at Viridian, which is
yeah. When you said that, I was like, oh my goodness, we have that. That's funny.
Whoa, yeah. I got a little confused myself. Yes, Edgewood in Frisco, awesome.
So it was rated the #1 neighborhood in Collin County. So Collin County is a super fast growing area with everything from Frisco to Prosper to McKinney and Allen. I mean, there are some booming areas with some great master planned communities. So to get the #1, that's a big deal. That's some stiff competition. So it's pretty great.
And you know what, Brian? I just want to highlight two of the builders here that we're looking at because I'm obsessed with both of these builders. I think they do such an amazing job. They're building such current products, and they also customize just a little bit. That's Southgate Homes.
Oh yeah.
Really, really great company. You and I have talked to the owner there several times. Just really care a lot about their clients. And then right below him is the Shattuck Homes.
Yep.
Wow, I am loving the product that they're putting out. When
some great
I
floor
want
plans.
inspiration,
Yeah,
amazing floor plans, great designs, beautiful decor on the inside of them. I mean, when I want inspiration, a lot of times I'll get onto their websites and get some inspiration. And so really awesome opportunity to work with some amazing builders out there in Frisco.
That's so great. And then I think the other one we were highlighting is Hollyhock. And the real reason highlighting that it borders the PGA golf courses. So I don't know if you're seeing a theme, but I'm pretty excited about that. And I also think that from a value perspective, being close to a major golf center being close to that PGA headquarters. That's going to be attractive for many, many years. So when you can get into a great new construction master plan community, you can do that relatively affordably. Certainly affordably for the Frisco, Prosper kind of area, then Hollyhock is a great option.
Yeah, and there are so many more neighborhood. I mean, obviously, we just barely even introduced you to a few, a neighborhood here and there in each of the areas. I mean, there's such big cities within DFW that, get on this amazing homes at
In
DFW.
DFW.
In DFW,
Amazing
get
home.
on there, check them out. Brian and I, we want to talk to you guys. We want to talk to you guys about DFW, what's happening out here. So always feel free to contact us, and because we're real people sitting right here working real estate all day for you.
And if you haven't already, I'm going to hit that button one more time. Please be sure to subscribe so you never miss one of our updates. We are here each and every week talking about real estate, talking about cities, and giving you the information that you need if you are moving to Dallas, Texas. Thanks so much, and we will talk to you soon.